Hello, I'm Ayse Coskun. I'll be talking about data center demand response and how it can help with clean energy transition. I'm a professor in electrical and computer engineering and systems engineering, and I direct the Center for Information and Systems Engineering. So there's been a recent surge in data center energy demand. You might have seen this in the news because now the big tech CEOs are all talking about it. And that map on the left shows the data center density across the globe. Right now, the estimate is about a bit north of 500 terawatt hours globally goes to the data center energy use. And on the right side, you see a prediction. This is from McKinsey. You can see a variety of predictions these days of how many gigawatts should be added to the US grid to meet the increasing demand coming from AI. AI has become pervasive. There's increasing use of AI in almost anything, any application. So this prediction says that within the next 5 to 10 years, we should add another 10 gigawatts of energy generation and transmission. So this is one prediction. There are much more ambitious predictions. Something I've seen last week at a utility workshop showed in 5 years, the expectation was the demand is going to be about 40 gigawatts. So each gigawatt corresponds to what we can generate with a large nuclear plant. So these numbers are pretty crazy, right? To add this much power into the grid in 5 to 10 years. Now, on the left, you again see a prediction. This is from Electric Power Research Institute. And the important things to note over there is that the blue part is the part that already happened. So the surge, some of the surge has already happened. We've been using data centers before AI as well. And then, post ChatGPT, the growth is going to be more substantial. The low growth scenario here, there actually corresponds to pre-ChatGPT. So before AI got as pervasive as it is right now. This growth hasn't been homogeneous. If you see the map on the right, that shows the statewide electricity consumption and what percentage is going to data centers. Right now in Virginia, for instance, around 20% of the electricity is going to data center operation alone. Again, that's a really huge number. There are other impacts, but there's a major impact on the grid. Power grid is already strained. With decarbonization goals, more than half of the US energy is generated through fossil fuels. We want to change this by adding more renewable energy, but that comes with its own challenges that is intermittent, a lot of new infrastructure has to be built, and the like. So this also has other impacts, like including, for instance, data centers tapping into freshwater resources for cooling efficiency increasingly. I won't get into that today, but there are other issues with this growth. What we've been working on in my team is to envision data centers as a controllable, flexible load that can do demand response. Basically, it can regulate its power depending on the availability of green or cheaper energy, which is going to help with integrating more renewables in a more stable way and better management of peak demand, especially in summer months in hotter places. So we have forecasting and bidding mechanisms to guarantee the data center can still deliver its service level agreements or performance. This is critical. And we have a framework to implement this kind of power tracking that you see over there, all the way from the scheduler all the way to the server level. There are a variety of techniques. This is a big area that's getting a lot of attention. If you're interested, we should chat. There are incentive programs. What kind of programs in the grid are good for demand response? Price programs, and a variety of the demand response implementation approaches for data centers, from scheduling to power capping to auctions and other mechanisms. Thank you for listening.